and welcome to new mods FS19, and we've got a few to show you today. This came out yesterday. I'm just doing a catch-up video on it, so let's go to the mod hub and see what the mod hub update had in store for us. And we have the Cressoni CRX header pack by Alex Matteo 7810 and MN3D. So we got three, it looks like we got three different cutters there. Then we have the Krump Bandit. Now this was in and out of testing for a long time by Cowshed. Krump Bandit contains roller conveyor wagon in robust contractor design. Okay. Then we have the Kramer KL30 Black edition by Simule Agri Modding. And the Black edition, more modern, revisited version of the KL30. It's got like those oversized tyres on there. That's pretty cool. And then we have the Pottinger Syncro 2600 by Ericsson, one of the basic cultivators in FS11. Returns refresh for FS19. Cool. And then we have a vehicle shelter by AAA Modding. Then we have a new Cowshed by DMI 20mm Normandy, freestall barn for 150 cows, by NLD Mazaland as well. 150 cows, feed and straw can be done on both sides, animals can be delivered, yeah, blah blah. Then we have a new Metalshed by Simulator Games, 20 meters by 18. Then we have the British Shed pack by DMI 20mm Normandy. Some of the sheds for your crops or machinery. It costs 10 grand and 10. Then we have the Placeable Details pack by Camillo's 0397. That is quite interesting. And then the Lizard Set GM. Now I didn't know if, I think that's an update, isn't it? I'm sure we've had a look at that previously, but I could be wrong. So that is your lot for today. Right, so first thing we're looking at is the Krump Bandit 980. Now, big old trailers. Love these trailers. Do like these Krump Bandits. They're a nice size, and this one is a huge one. Comes in quite a few different configurations for the size of it as well, where the lowest one is this one, and then you have the extensions on the top on there. Now it will cost you 82 grand to buy and £4,182 for your initial leasing costs, and is minus 22 slots, so it is quite a few slots. Now there are quite a few extras on the tyres, loads of different tyre configurations, and you can also have these extra guardrails for an extra £1,950, which they look pretty cool. Ladders actually do work. You run up and it goes up, which is the first trailer I've seen what actually does work. But cracking bit of kit. So let's get it hooked up. And yeah, we got the hoses all connected. All looks lovely. And then this one is a walk-in floor. So if you're in an area where you're having trouble tipping, there is no trouble, because all you've got to do is have the height of the back tailgate and that's it, and then the floor will just chuck it all out on the back. Right, so we got beacons on the back, and you got your main lights. Oh, that's just a glow. I thought they had lights on the trailer. That's just a glow off the tractor. And then indicators as well, and then we got reverse lights on there also. But I like the way that mud flap flaps around in the wind. You know, as soon as you move it, you see it moving around. It's got the steering on the back axle as well, I think, on this one. Yeah, it is. The last wheel is the steering wheels, so it gives you that extra little bit to help you get around those bends. Now I've tried this one out, no issues with it. I went and dropped off some TMR and dumped off, no problems. It carries quite a few different commodities. Let's go over to the silo and I'll show you. So this is we're on manure. That's the last thing I was on. Manure, pig food, lime, wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybeans, corn, potatoes, sugar beet, sugarcane seeds, total mixed ration, chaff, wood chips, silage, grass, hay, straw, fertilizer, and that's your lot. So it does hold quite a few. Now just put the out window on a moment because it has got the flap on the front there. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can actually see it working. For your silage, for your forage wagons, basically, if you've got using a forage wagon, you can drop that down just to ease it so it doesn't hit it. Well, most of the time the forage wagons, the pipes are a little bit higher anyhow, but it's on there if you want it. And I cannot get this back round. Right, let's go on to the next mod. So here it is, the Kramer KL30 Black edition, and wow, this looks pretty good because the colours of the other Kramer were a bit dull. I think they were grey and green and it just looked a bit like, yeah, whatever. But this, cracking, look at that, awesome bit of kit. That black with the white lettering and the red on the lettering there, awesome bit of black and red. You cannot beat that for a configuration. Now I've had a go with this one, I haven't had any issues with it. It's pretty stable, nice bit of kit. 77 grand to buy, £3,417 on your initial leasing cost, minus 8 on the slot count, so not too excessive, and it is 100 horsepower. You can have trail borgs, it comes standard with the trail borgs, or if you want Nokians, they will cost you extra money, £900. But the detailing of it is amazing, looks really good. So going in the outside, and we got the beacon set up there, lighting, indicators, and yeah, that was just your normal 3 stages of lighting. Started up, sounds quite nice. We've got the reverse lights coming up through on there. Now this is a little bit higher up than the other one, and that's why I thought, oh, it might be a little bit unstable, but it's not too bad. Not that you should be driving around with a bucket up. Whoa, this high. Well, he says. Yeah, well, that's manure. You wouldn't be driving around with a bucket that high. Well, if you did, you expect to tip it up. See, it's not too bad like that. Now the steering on it, awesome, really good. I didn't really rate this when I first saw it as the other one, but now it's in the black, it looks fantastic. We have got the, or is it that one? No, that one, so we can extend out, and I do like the way you can notice the weight. You know, you see it bobbing up and down, you drop off that bucket and it sinks back down again, pick it up and you can see all that weight's on that front end. So going inside, I'm not sure what works in here. So we got lighting. Now the lighting on the dash shows up, and that's about your lot, I think. Good visibility in here. Nice mod. That is something I probably will start using because it does look really cool, doesn't it? Cracking mod. Right, the next one is the Cressoni CRX headers, and it comes in 3 different combinations. I've got 3 of them, the other one's just over there. Now these are quite cheap for a header, they're not too expensive. You've got a 6 meter, a 6.6 meter and a 7 meter. I think that's the 6, that's the 6.6, and then that should be the 7 meter, something like that anyway. Now they cost, for the 6 meter is 40 grand, the 6.6 is 46 grand, and the 7.2 is 52 grand, and quite cheap leasing costs, just over 2 grand. 2,040 for the 6, 2,346 for the 6.6 meter, and the 7.2 is 2,656, so not too bad. Now you can change the colour combinations. We've got, I'll tell you what, let's go in the shop and show you. So there they are there's the 3 different ones, and if you click on them, we've got the design colours. You've got New Holland, John Deere, Case, Class and Agco, And also we've got the same on this colours, where it's you see the yellow bit, we can change that if we want as well to colour coordinate it. And then on the other bit we got the soldier flex and the rape knives you can have as optional extras. I don't think you need them, they're just there for show. I'm sure it'll work without the rape knives or the soldier flex. But pretty cool. The thing about this, it's the way they unfold. It's you don't need header trailers. Simple as that, isn't it? Right, well I've got one set up in the field. And here it is, all ready to go. And the old unfolding feature on it is pretty awesome. That bit comes over, then that bit slides out. Just like that. Now I've got some barley ready to go. So let's get it in and make sure it all works. And no issues with that, is there? Straight in, no messing around. I haven't tried the other ones, but I can't see there's been a problem. We don't normally have that many problems with this sort of equipment. Well, it'll either work or it won't, but that's working, no problems. Right, on to the next mod. And here we have the Pottinger Syncro 2600. Now it said this originally was in FS11, which that was a long time ago. And a nice looking addition. It's quite cheap, 8 grand to buy. It's only 2.6 meters wide, £408 on your initial leasing cost, and you do require 75 horses to run it. And it is -1 on the slot count. So I got the MF3000 series, and we get that. You can see I've done one little line already on it. Let's go back the opposite way, because I didn't find any problems. It did struggle at the start, but there was a little bit of a ridge, and I think that's all it was really. And there it goes. Now that is some serious animation. You see, we don't normally have that much of the ground being thrown up, and it looks pretty cool. And all these spinning around, done a good job. Looks proper job. So that is the Syncro. Right, on to the next FS19 mods. So the next one we have the Cowshed, and here we have it again. It's called the Cowshed, and then in the game it's called cow pasture. Why can't you just call it the same thing all the time? Why call it one thing and then in the game call it something else? What is all that about? Now I'm a bit annoyed about this one, because in the mod hub it says, oh, you can tip whatever you want in both sides, and I thought, oh, that's brilliant, so that way we can just put your food, your straw, your water, everything down the one side, and easy as that. I thought, brilliant, that makes it easier, so you're not like, oh, where's the drop off for that? And then we come round, it's got this little addition on. Now this addition you can't get into or anything, so what's the point of it being there? What is the point? It just takes up space, you can't open any doors or anything, so what is the point of having that there? You know, like there, you can't go into it, so what's the point? What is the bloody point? Anyway, I'm a bit fuming about this one, because it doesn't bloody work, does it? Now I've drove in here with a trailer, and I tried different trailers as well, just in case it was the type of trailer I was using. I tend to use these because you can tip on the sides with these as well, so I did it tip side left, tip side right. Now I've managed to get it to get straw going, so it took straw, no issues. It took water, and your points to drop it off are these side bits, but I cannot get it to take any TMR, any hay, any food, so it's useless, because if you can't feed your cows, they're not going to reproduce, are they? So I'll show you what I mean. It better not work now, because I was been messing around with this for a good hour, and this is what annoys me. It's just a complete waste of my time. You know, why release it if it doesn't bloody work? So no trigger, Nothing. Grass is not accepted here. Alright, and then I thought, well, perhaps it's the trigger isn't sort of set out right, so you've got to be over at the side or anything. I've been round everywhere. Look, grass is not accepted here. So where else is it meant to be accepted? Now, that trigger there looks to me as if this bit out of the back would be the milking thing. And you see, nothing there. We ain't tipping there, but you wouldn't tip into there. I'm sure that's where the milk's going to come out. I can't show you that because it doesn't bloody work. Right, go down this side. Grass not accepted. Grass not accepted. And it's the same for the TMR and the same for silage. It's the same. Well, I didn't try silage actually. I just tried grass, hay, and TMR. I thought, well, out of 3 it doesn't work. What's the point if it doesn't if it takes silage? Brilliant, eh? Yeah. So nice looking mod. It really is. You know, inside we've got all the stalls for feeding the cattle and whatever. There's no lights in here, but there's plenty of light bins. You've got this gap in the roof there. So I've got a few cows in because I did the same old thing. I came in first of all and the triggers weren't working. I was like, oh, here we go. What is it? What's wrong here? And then I forgot to put cows in. So as soon as I put the cows in, it took the grass, it took the straw and the water, but it didn't take anything else. So on the front here we have got our silage, we've got our slurry point, which is the trigger is for just there. Can't try that out because none of it works. And then we have our manure just there. So nice mod, but doesn't bloody work. So complete waste of time. But there you go. There you have it. Moving on. Next mods. Now the next are just a load of, we have some more placeables. So we have the Metalshed, 25 grand to, it is a shed made of metal. Old school, a bit rustic. It's 25 grand to buy and £18,000 on your initial leasing costs. It does look like it's being used as well, which is always nice. Nice to have a bit of stuff in there. It just makes it look a bit more realistic. I don't think we can pick any of this stuff up. No, we can't. But we have lighting in there. Now, I couldn't find a switch. So it must be automatic lighting. As soon as it gets dark enough, then those lights are going to come on because there is no switch. I thought that was what, no, there is no switch. But a nice looking mod. Don't know what that is there. I think that's just glitched through a little bit, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. Just some of the stuff on the floor. That wasn't a switch. Oh, there is the switch. It blended in. So there is the switch. We have a light switch. It's not automatic. Right, then moving on to the next one, we have the vehicle shelter. Now this is 19 grand to buy, -2 on your slot count, so pretty low on slots. And a fair decent size, is more for medium sized equipment. And I'm not sure what's going on with that spout there. But I don't know. I suppose it's keep it away from the building because you wouldn't have it at the building because it just will wash away your foundations. But it's a decent size. Right, then going on to the next mods. Now all this lot here was the details pack. Now I'm not going to go and list all of it because look at it. Look how much stuff there is. So this is for you to put into your farm and make it look a little bit different. You've got all this different stuff here to put down, and there is quite a lot of stuff. There really is. That, oh, I didn't notice that. That's in the ground there. It might have been just because that's on a slope. Now they're all at 50 quid, so they're all the same money, and they're -2 to -3 slots. We got a nice little garden shed there as well, and a swing set. There's loads of stuff to make your farm look a bit authentic. So that is the details pack. And moving on to the final ones, and we have the British sheds. Now these are 10 grand to buy. They're all the same money, 10 grand to buy. So we'll have a look at this first one, but they're all minus different slots, where this is -8 on the slot count. This one is -15. and that one is -17. That might have been around the other way, but there are quite a few slots for what they are. No lighting in these. They are proper old British sheds, but look fantastic. You can never have too many sheds, can you? It's nice to have a little bit of variety. And then we go on to this one, which with this, what are you going to use this for? That doesn't open, so you've got a tiny little door. What you can't get a tractor or anything in there, so what are you going to use it for? Mower store? You might get the mower in there, but that's about it. You're not going to get anything else in there, are you? No way. But this is classic British design, where we got so many buildings like this. Most of them come from the war back in the day. Cool. So that is your lot for new mods, FS19. Quite a few bits and bobs. There's I think we're going to get a load more mods in today, but let's just hope they work, because that's what, 4 mods this week what haven't been working. So I think it's a case of they're just rushing them out too quickly and they're not checking them. Well, something's not going on anyway. I don't know. Righto, well, we'll leave it there for today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you did, always appreciate you smash that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, go and check out my other videos. I currently do mods in testing, which is to upload a video every day for that and give you the lowdown of what's new, what's failed, and what we've got coming, and plenty of other videos as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.